On the other hand, we have liberals who are still using this issue to try to bludgeon President Trump. They are calling for the immediate reunification of all children with the adults who brought them across the border. And that's from where my question stems. Are Democrats actually interested in the humane solution, or are they just interested in a talking point?
Well, I would suggest that you've mischaracterized the position there. Liberals talk about reunification as quickly as possible after proper vetting. I'd love for you to find me a liberal who said, yeah, reunite every family without checking their backgrounds of the adults who came across. A. B, not all of them came across illegally. It is legal to come across the border without documentation and present for asylum. That's within the law of the United States. So not all of them came across illegally.
Not if you hop our
That's
border.
important. Well, not all 103 of them came across illegal. Some of them came across legally. We can go through the data, but I read the same report you did. I also saw on CNN that the government's court reports found that 3 of the 7 that you mentioned were either a grandmother or an uncle. So these are still legitimate families in 95% of the cases. A. B, like I said, does this data justify separating all families? And if it does, why don't we separate all families who come into LAX or JFK on the chance that some of them might be murderers? We're clearly not going to do that. So what the question is...
But it's not a binary option. You're presenting it as if it's a binary option, and it's not. We don't just have those 2 choices.
Well, that's right.
We all agree. You and I have talked about this before.
The Obama administration vetted.
Republicans and Democrats both agree that we shouldn't just, we shouldn't be doing this, we shouldn't be implementing this policy that started decades ago under a Democratic president. We all agree on that. No one thinks that it's a good thing to separate children and parents indefinitely, not to tell them where their kids are, and to do this. But there's a difference between acknowledging that we need to improve the law and change the law versus what Democrats are doing, particularly Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who has become the future of the Democratic Party, the face of the Democratic Party, actually calling for the occupation of airports, the occupation of federal offices until all the children are reunited with their parents. I mean, to reunite some of these children with the adults that brought them would be dangerous for the children.
First of all, it was not started under a Democratic president. No president until President Trump 2 months ago made it a policy to separate every family that came to the border. The Obama administration only separated when they had already done an investigation and found that the parent was some kind of threat or some kind of criminal, and it happened incredibly rarely. So that's an important thing to get clear. That's an important thing to get clear.
What year was the Flores Decree instituted?
The Flores Decree is from 1997, and it doesn't say that you have to.
Nowhere does it require.
Nowhere does it require all families to be separated.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.